Hi, I'm Rick, Cooking with Rick. Today I'm going to do a session on pasta fagioli. I call it pasta fagioli, actually pasta fagioli, is the correct way to say it. Uh, that was kind of a staple in my family growing up. My mother made it a lot, but she used a lot of leftover macaronis and then she mixed it with beans, and that's pretty much how it's made. They kind of refined it and they now make it with special macaronis called it Donatelli or Digitali or whatever, something like that. It's very small macaroni. Donatelli is one of the four Ninja Turtles, right? Okay, well, it's not like that. But anyway, along comes Aunt Anna, who was the youngest aunt that we had, and she's like me, the youngest. I was the youngest grandchild. But she came along and she made the pasta fagioli with the elbow macaronis. Now that I bought. They're made in Italy, so Italian dish. So it's good. I make it in a pressure cooker. I do have some pork neck bones here. Kind of an interesting way I'm going to do this today. So what I'll do is I'll put some salt and pepper on this here, right? And then I'll put them in here, and we'll go from that. Let's see what we got. Hey, cut it out now. Wait a minute. A lot of stuff here. All right, let me get it. So we throw some pepper on here, right? All right, we got salt? My little toy. Okay, now what we want to do is get this pressure cooker, and we want to brown these pork neck bones. Alrighty, it's unbelievable. I mean, we'll put it in here and we'll cook it for about 20 minutes, and then the meat will be just coming off the bone. I mean, it's fabulous. So set it here. First thing I'll set oil, olive oil. You could use, vegetable oil. I thought this would be better because throw some oil in here. Okay. What I'm going to do is we'll light the gas on the here. Some garlic, right? Let me crush it. There you go. Throw some in here. We got later, I probably do like 3 or 4 garlics, all right? So I got an onion. Now, these guys here, all right? And they'll start, we got to smell it already. That's why I got to do something, I use pancetta. Now pancetta is more the Italian bacon, and normally, sometimes you'll get it in its little cut pieces. I got it like this, so I want to just cut like that, a piece here, and that for this pasta fagioli. It's not going to only be beans and macaroni. It's going to have a meat flavor to it, and then we'll put in some the chicken stock. And this will run about, like I said, 20 minutes or so. This was fun. I mean, I think one of the big hits for me is the first time I made it for my in-laws. My father-in-law, like I always said, he's a hell of a cook. Oh, sorry to say that. He was a heck of a cook. I mean, really good. My mom too. But you know what? When they tasted what I did, they loved it. They thought it was such. It's a play on what it should be. The pasta fagioli, it's got an extra kick to it, and oh wow, it's great. So anyway, I'm now that I'm selling you one, it looks pretty good. It's going. All right. There we go. Now we got some that look really brown. It's good. So what we're going to do is we'll put the chicken stock in here, and we want to fill it up just to the top of the neck bones. Actually, it worked out well. It's done, all right? So we want to add to it some celery in there, all right? Like I said, always make sure you have a sharp knife. This is all going to become kind of like a stock. When you make a chicken stock, or something like that, it's good. So we'll throw some of this in here. That's one. Just in here, right? Okay. Good. We got that. Oh, okay. What about some carrots? This time I'm going to skin it. So anyway, I'm doing it. So let's just get rid of the rough part of the carrot. When you give it without peeling, they call it rustic. I call it messy. It doesn't look good to me, but anyway, okay, here we go. Right. And we're gonna build up this, all right? And you don't want that. You just cut it. You don't have to cut it at an angle because it disappear. Pop them in here. All right. Put a little bit of salt. Okay. I got this Italian seasoning, everything you could think of. I've been looking for this for a long time. I had a jar of this I got a couple of years ago, and I just couldn't get it. But I got it at my favorite supermarket, Churchos. They had it. They got a whole big display of it. And this company makes a great tomatoes. I've been using their tomatoes too. San Maranzano is still my favorite, but I used that. I did a video in a restaurant. There you go. See, that's what I like. I pop it. I don't have to take another seal out of this, right? So what I'm going to do is use some of the liquid in here. I should hold it with something. Oh, here we go. I got something here. Let's see that. Let me put some of the liquid in here. These are the cannellini beans. These were excellent. I mean, it's really good. What I do with this down, eventually I'll just put them in the blender and blend it away. But now what to do is we want to put in what the pork skin. These are the skin of the pork, and you cut it in strips. I have this, and we just put them in here. I have some more pieces that I did. You just throw them in. Put more garlic in here. Like, Rick, how much garlic are you putting in? Don't worry about it. That's good. Alright? That'll work. Alright. Let's stir it up a bit. And we'll put it on the it's all going to come together in about 20 minutes, then we're going to strain it. But I do still have some interesting stories about my Aunt Anna. My Aunt Anna was like the coolest lady I knew. I mean, she was Italian with flaming red hair. Wow. She lived in Brooklyn, and everybody knew Anna. They knew her. I mean, she was, there was a way about it. She lived in the same neighborhood pretty much her whole life. And the neighborhood, like New York City, it runs through cycles. The neighborhood gets run down, and then they rebuild it. What keeps New York City great is the subway system. As long as people can be in Brooklyn and Queens and commuting to Manhattan, where most of the business corporations are, it works. My job was, if Anna went home, I would have to drive her home because she never drove a car. So she would come over to my mother's house, and I would take her and drive her back. And eventually when I got married, I moved to the Bronx. Okay, so I moved to the Bronx. You went out with a girl in the Bronx? I used to hear that all the time. Hey, well worth it. Okay, so I would drive her home. Then I was living in the Bronx, and I wasn't there. So my nephew got the job. So my nephew Robert got it, and he used to take her home. And she says, Robert, can you get something for me? I need it down in the basement. So Robert said, sure, no problem. So he opens the basement door, and he said, Aunt Anna, what happened? She said, I had the stairway removed. He said, why'd you do that? She said, well, they were coming in, they were breaking in through the basement, and they were robbing my house. They were taking whatever. He said, oh, okay. He said, but how do you get in the basement? She said, I go outside. What do you think? At Santa Ana. I thought that was, you know. Well, anyway. All right, let me release that so the pressure should come out. Hey, there we are. So now I got to put it into a bowl. Stop! I picked this platter up. I don't know. Or where did I get it? I don't even know where I got it. Oh, I got Pier 1. There you go. Pier 1. Yeah, it says so underneath, sir. Great store. People are nice. I mean, you know, you go to these stores, it's amazing. You know, everybody buys everything on the internet, so service has to be better to bring me to go to a store. And, you know, I actually tell them my whole life history, cooking with Rick and all this other stuff. And, you know, and the guy says, well, yeah, and that's right. I told him I would mention Pier 1. I got another plate from them, too, called Share. You know, you are supposed to share, cook some food, give it to somebody else, and they cook it and bring it back to me. Well, I didn't forget about it. I haven't done that. So I'm doing this one. Okay. So here it is, all right? I'm not sharing this either. So I got one of these guys here. So let me just take a look. Hey, that's pretty good. I don't know. It's maybe a little more. No, that's good. It's coming off. Okay. So we'll put them in here, all right? And you know that skin, pork skin, I'm putting it in here. So I'll put all this in here, all right, into this bowl, and then I'm going to have to drain it and strain it. So let me just start putting these in here. Actually, what I did is I strained everything. I put it into here, into this bowl, and then I dumped the bowl into that. So now I have these cannellini beans over here. Okay, so what you do is you want to hold this down, all right? And what we're going to just chop it first. First we stir it, all right? Then we chop it. All right. And now let's puree it. Okay. You know what? Put some of the liquid in here. There we throw some more of these in here. Or a quarter of them, actually. And let's start this up again. Let's dump it in here. And we'll start. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to just put some of the pork neck bones in here, and we'll put the we got the elbow macaronis cooking in here. All right, get that boiling, and that should be about 9 minutes because then we're going to put it into the other pot and let it cook. A lot of times, you know, the problem doing that, it all goes together, so you just want to add the macaroni separately with that. But in the meantime, let me start pulling some of these pork neck bones out. All right. Put these. Actually, when I'll throw these into here. The pork skin. We'll put the pork skin into that, and then we'll go. You know. All right. Alrighty. What I have is I have another thing of cannellini beans. What I'll do is pour the liquid into with the macaronis, right? Well, we don't want to pour any more liquid into the pasta fagioli, and then we'll put the beans in here. The beans easy. You don't really want to stir them because you don't want to break them up, all right? So, actually, you know what? I want to try some of this. Oh! Forget about it. Is that great or what? How can I go wrong? I'll clean my hands a little bit. Okay. Let me start this. All right. Wow.
Fabulous.
Okay, everything is done. The macaronis, or the elbow macaronis, are finished. Alrighty. So what I want to do is put some of the this on top of it. Now what we're going to do is throw the macaronis into here. We'll just put some in here. Parsley on the top.
Fabulous.
Yeah. You put some Parmesan cheese on it and a little bit of wine. And salute to Pichindan. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching our video.